Now with the one timeout, 145, Henry Rupp. 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 out 145 Henry Ruck. Now with the one timeout 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 140.
Well, right when you open the front door. What's wrong with little
Oh,
ranches?
so little ranches are like goated. Like they are.
Now with the one timeout, 145, Henry Ruck. 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 Now with the one timeout, 145, Henry Ruck.
I'm gonna get open.
He is the best player in college football, hands down.
Shatur Sanders has done it again.
He's so darn good that we don't give him the credit that he deserves for some of the things that he does. Yeah, they don't even mention him for the Heisman.
I just want Travis to win, of course, and that would be almost like I won because I threw him the ball.
And how great is it to have one of the great stars in college football, a guy that, unlike any we've seen in a number of years, Travis Hunter from Colorado. So, Travis, I'm told you're the favorite for the Heisman Trophy now. You've struck the pose. What's the significance? What's the importance to you of finishing up strong and having a chance to win the Heisman Trophy?
Just having my teammates there for real. It means a lot because I can't get the Heisman without my teammates. I need them to do their job, and I got to do my job. So we just got to keep grinding and heading in the right direction.
Travis, let's talk about that Heisman and why you are the odds-on favorite. You're doing stuff that nobody in the history of ball. I think you're averaging like 135 plays a game, 140 plays a game. Now, everybody thinks you can have a package, your body won't be able to hold up. How do you feel at this moment? And I know you were bass fishing yesterday. How are the lines? How are the fish?
Well, first we're going to start with the fish. I mean, it's cold now, so the fish is kind of in a bind. They don't know what they want to do. They don't know what they want to do.
Yeah, it's always
yeah, it's not me. You know, I've been over top of them trying to get them, but they don't bite anything I throw at them. It was kind of stressful and hard, but later in the day, yesterday, sunset, I was able to catch a lot and catch a good amount of what I wanted to catch. And my body is holding up pretty well. I mean, I've been doing nothing but training and recovery the whole time. This year, I've been so locked in, I didn't get a chance to fish. Yesterday was my first time fishing in about 4 or 5 months, so.
I respect that. The commitment to your body is a big deal. You're a professional athlete already. I can't wait to watch you continue to grow.
Hey, Travis,
yes, sir. Thank you.
Travis, thanks for doing office sometimes. You take some shoes. You got some hot J's on now. Did you steal those from?
Nah, I can't steal these from him.
Okay.
He a Nike guy now, so I can't get no Jordans off of him. But when I get to his house, I steal whatever I can.
I got you. No, you guys got a great relationship. Just express to us what he means to you on and off the field.
He's like a father figure to me. I mean, I went to his house yesterday, and whatever I wanted, he was able to just let me get it. I took it if he didn't want me to take it. We have that great bond. It's like a father and son bond. I know whenever I need something, I can go and ask him, and pretty sure I would get it 100% of the time.
Yeah.
So, Travis, I need you to coach me up on something.
I got you.
Because I had a couple guys through the years that could have played both ways. I could never figure out how to get them to practice in a way that they could go play in the game. So how do you prepare every week to play both ways?
I try to get at least 10 hours of film, you know, not including what we do at the to stop you. I mean, Coach Farm tried to stop me every day. I go out there and practice, and I won't let him. Because
so
I only
you just
get
split practice half the time on offense, half the time on
whatever
defense?
period we have, because he do a great job of letting us go ones versus twos. So if I'm going ones on offense, I'm playing against the twos on defense, but I'm playing 100% no matter who's in front of me, and I'm not going to get tired. So I just keep going and just be focused.
Yeah, that's what great competitors do.
Yeah, you're a machine.
For the fans that have not watched him or watched Colorado, I mean, it's one. Charles Woodson was a great defensive back, and he would sprinkle in some receiver. You're playing offense and playing defense. We all look at your future. We assume you're going to be the #1 corner, but which do you like better? Do you like playing receiver? You like playing corner? I'm just kidding.
See, a lot of people try to put me in a box if I got to pick a position, but I've been doing this since I was playing Little League football, so all I know is to go play both ways. So it's not up for me to go pick up and see what I need to play.
What are you more natural at, you feel? I know you're great at both. You feel...
Well, I feel more natural just both. I mean, I've been doing this since I was little. Ever since I started being able to have a trainer, I just train on each side of the ball. So it's just been pretty simple and easy for me. And I think wherever the NFL need me or whatever team I go to, wherever they need me,
do both.
I'm going to go out there and just play ball.
Good for you, man.
Travis, everybody talks about the phenomenal athleticism, but you're a football IQ savant. I mean, there's times where you drop in a zone, you get off your guy, make an instinctive read, and pick somebody off. I mean, your football IQ through the roof as well. I think that's why everybody's so excited. Whenever you decide to go play for Coach Prime, and then you guys go to Colorado, Colorado hadn't done a damn thing in college football for a long time. We got a new stadium. We got a new Jumbotron. We got a couple Heisman contenders. We got Kai Cenat. What is it like in Colorado right now, knowing, just like we just showed, everything is still very much in front of you with this 12-team playoff?
We just got to go out there and play ball. We know our fans are going to back us up whenever we need them to back us up. But as a team, we know we got to go out there and finish and continue to compete at a high level. And we just got to play ball. We got to go in the stretch with W's.
Who's your favorite concert after a game in the locker room?
I pretty much don't listen to music a lot. The only time I listen to music is Gameday because I was trying to work out, and the fans are always yelling at me.
State people are like, "Can I get a photo with you? You're a sensation, man."
You should have asked him his favorite former Heisman Trophy winner. That's what you should
Get a vote right now. Say yes.
I know who mine is. I love that Doug Flutie. Travis, great to see you, man. Best of luck the rest of the way. Look forward to seeing what the Buffs can accomplish. Big road game coming up. Man, best of luck the rest of the way. Look forward to seeing what the Buffs can accomplish. Big road game coming up. Love it. Hey, Travis, I got to ask you, Travis, if you like ice cream, you should just stay right here because I think Jess Sims is working on a tasty treat here.
Excellent advice, Reese. Now, as soon as we announced that Gameday was coming to Penn State, it was unanimous. Everyone said, you must go to the creamery. But this isn't an ice cream university. That's just one amazing part of a much larger program. Professor and head of food science, Dr. Robert Roberts, was so kind and brought me behind the scenes to show me how this legendary ice cream was made. This has been a staple since 1865, and their motto, from cow to cone, is really what they live, because the average elapsed time between the two is just 4 days. Check it out.
Man, it's the best ice cream around. Go Penn State.
So what we thought we'd do with you today is talk a little bit about freezing process and then make some ice cream if you're interested in that.
Oh, I'm very interested. Let's do this.
Okay. I do base mix. I make the paper that people draw on.
Love it.
Okay, so you can try this. And we'll try it together.
Cheers. We got a cheers. There we go. Oh, I would have the ice cream just like this.
Okay. So we call this the base mix. And what we've got is 2 base mixes for you to flavor. Pour it in and stir it in. Okay? So that mix would now be flavored.
Wow. Wow.
So what we're going to do now is move over to the freezer.
Let's do it.
And you want to just go ahead and pour that in into the freezer. Go ahead and push that button. And we're freezing. You're a pro.
Listen.
You can run an ice cream shop.
The ice cream is ready.
Well, we're going to take a look. Make sure that it's ready.
Okay. Wow.
Slide it over a little bit.
Oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing ever. Look at this is absolutely incredible. Like, I have no words.
Well, I'm really pleased. I hope you like the new product we made for you.
Stop it right now, sensational vanilla. Okay, y'all are the absolute best. Thank you so much for having me. I cannot believe I have my own ice cream flavor. So I saw y'all salivating over there, so don't worry, I'm bringing my 2 famous flavors now. Yes, I have my own. There's sensational vanilla and cookies and cream. Which would you want?
Wow, cookies and cream.
Okay, cookies and cream.
I'll take
you got vanilla, Travis.
I'm cooking a spoon here. Thank you.
Perfect.
Face in it, Desmond.
But I gotta tell you, Kirk, this one's for you. This is a special Gameday color, Gameday orange, but it's called Buckeye Pie.
I can't believe they make Buckeye Pie
because they're crushed. All the Buckeyes are crushed in here. Yeah, so this is yours.
I'll take cookies and cream.
No, this is all you got.
Teat 4 days ago. That ice cream right there. And a cow's teat. This is in a teat 4 days ago.
Okay.
Freshest ice cream of all time.
This is the way the good Lord intended.
When you put it that way, here you go, Coach. He's out of his mind. Okay, yeah.
Do you eat ice cream?
It's really too cold to be.
Do you really?
Yes, all of it. My freezer is full of ice cream.
Travis, what's your favorite flavor?
Travis?
Yeah, it's definitely vanilla.
Vanilla's your favorite?
But I like cookies and cream too.
Wait,
whoa,
so
you
you
want
have
this
to try the vanilla.
Excellent, bro.
I got vanilla right here.
No,
Cheers
it's
to you.
so good.
How about just having a kitchen or refrigerator
pretty
full
good.
of ice cream and then be able to play 140 plays a game?
Want to try it?
You're the best,
I already
dude.
tried it.
See,
It's good.
that's
It's
the-
vanilla. Yeah,
Nobody
that's
wanna see
actually
my
cookies and
pantry.
cream.
See, that's the secret, though. Freezer
that?
full of ice cream. That's how he plays 100.
It's probably the best ice cream.
There you go. We also make sure we get our celebrity guest picker here each and every week. Keegan Michael Key loves the Nittany Lions.
Yeah.
The Red the Wheels Up, helping Keegan. Nittany Lions.
Yeah.
The Red the Wheels Up, helping Keegan
known
get
for the
here
ice
as
cream
well.
here.
Still to come on College Game Day. What an amazing race in the ACC. We could get down to computer rankings to sort this thing out, but there's a huge showdown in Dallas today and another one in Death Valley between Louisville trying to play spoiler against the Clemson Tigers as we get set. And there he is, little banged up last week against Wisconsin, the quarterback of the Nittany Lions, Drew Aller, headed in to Beaver Stadium. DoorDash counting us down to kickoff inside 2 hours now. Don't go anywhere. So much more to come here on College Game Day. But first, a quick word from Duncan.
The $6 meal deal is here. It starts with Duncan's legendary coffee, a toasty, melty bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, and a crispy, crumbly order of hash browns. It's kind of the biggest deal in breakfast. The $6 meal deal. Oh.
Get ready for hosting at the Home Depot with free delivery on over 2 million items every day. So you can refresh your space before Santa or the family comes to town. Get holiday ready with savings at the Home Depot.
I'm a steel worker. I grew up right here on the little family farm. Trump was here campaigning with Elon Musk. Now there's a prime example of who he keeps close. Donald Trump cares about his billionaire friends. He's just going to turn around and give them more tax breaks. But Kamala Harris is fighting for the working class. She'll make billionaires pay their fair share. That way, working people get a fair shot. Elon Musk is voting for his money, and I'm voting for mine. And I'm voting for Kamala Harris.
FFPAC is responsible for the content of this ad. Struggling with moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis? Talk to your doctor about #1 prescribed Entyvio, offering 2 maintenance options, including the allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. PML, a rare, potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, sores, or are prone to infections. Liver problems can occur. Entyvio, relief, remission for real.
Entyvio, Entyvio, Entyvio. Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged you well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show 'em who's the cheesiest?
I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach.
Cheez-It, official sponsor of the College Football Playoff.
Let's go to our next segment, Fairest Calls, inspired by Geico's fair and fast 24/7 claim service.
Do we have to do the Geico stuff on him here?
Yep, we do. Let's play the clip.
Holding, number 53, 10-yard penalty.
This literally happens every game. Can we just skip to the action?
Nope, nothing but fair and fast claims, just like Geico. Here's the next clip.
But I don't want to play the clip.
Pass interference, number 34.
Wow, doesn't get any fairer than this, boys.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
Align Probiotic was specifically designed by gastroenterologists to help relieve your occasional bloating and gas. When you feel the signs, it's time to try Align.
Being the best takes hard work. It takes early mornings, planning, precision, sweat, sacrifice, and teamwork. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in their game. Old Dominion Freight Line, helping the world keep promises.
Whoa, how'd you get your teeth so white?
You gotta use the right toothpaste.
Dr. C?
not all toothpaste whiten the same.
Crest 3D White removes 100% more stains for a noticeably whiter smile.
New personal best.
Crest.
A cold November wind blows the Buccaneers into... What happened to your eye? I told you, Ma. The Bucs are playing the Chiefs this week. Mahomes, Kelsey, the defending champs under the lights. The loudest crowd in the world rocking at 142 decibels. This game is gonna be epic.
You work too much, sweetie.
Okay, gotta go. Bye, Ma. Love you.
College Game Day is brought to you by Geico. Check out College Game Day on social to get more fan cam action.
They call it Wake Up East Halls. Tradition on campus when they're early kickoffs. Members of the Penn State Blue Band, they head over to the freshman dorms. Get them up and ready to come and support the Nittany Lions. And this early kickoff against the Buckeyes, a top 5 showdown. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, road-tested, game-ready. Are you ready for the road? Goodyear is more driven. What a spectacular crowd. I know it's not officially a whiteout, but right behind us, it's just like a sea of white and blue. And some great signs. Now, you see what they've got going? They're not really giving to Will Howard the respect he would like here. Maybe wanted to play at Penn State. Maybe have a chance to say something about that. I just don't understand that. I mean, that's foliage.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The views here are phenomenal in fall. Not much hot to go for Herbie. Those blue eyes, baby.
You know, I heard that song. I heard that song on the World Series the other night, and I thought, why are they playing the Jaden Ott Calgorithm song on there? I don't even know the regular.
Wasn't he best?
Yeah, he was.
I could really move.
Absolutely.
I think candy corn gets an unwarranted amount of hate.
Me too. I like candy corn.
Al Michaels loves candy corn.
That's the problem. What you just said, right?
But Al Michaels loves it?
Yeah, they think it's like like that generation. I don't
You
agree.
love it? You're a fan?
Love candy corn. Not a big Ovaltine guy, but love candy corn.
Come on. Remember the great Mike Leach used to have a whole diatribe about the best kind of candy. Keeping us connected. We've got some candy on the field here. It's going to be eye candy for all football fans everywhere. James Franklin, the head coach of the Nittany Lions, joining us now. James, huge game here, obviously. How do you describe, in this new 12-team playoff era, what a game of this magnitude represents for the growth of your program?
Yeah, it's obviously a tremendous opportunity for us. We're looking forward to showing off for our fans and our alumni and our lettermen. Appreciate you guys being here with us. But it's going to be a heck of a game.
Well, you know, James, I know how hard it is to have staff turnover, but to have a new offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and a new special teams coach all in the same year. How have you managed that? Obviously, it's worked out well for you, but what challenge has it been for you?
Well, Coach, you've been through it a bunch of times. It takes a lot of work. You got to do a really good job in the interview process so everybody's on the same page, what the expectations and standards are. And then you got to grind at it. The spring when they got here was really important to get a head start. The new rules help a little bit because you can do more in the summer than you used to. So all those things add up to allowing us to go into camp and have a really good foundation to put us in this position.
Coach, thanks for stopping by my program yesterday. I thought you were incredibly loose, affable, funny, and, all good words. Okay, all good words. Now, with that being said, how's the team feel?
Of your program.
Thank you.
Your program.
Thank you.
I absolutely love it. It's been great. That, to me, and Coach Saban knows this, it's really not about this morning. It's Sunday through Friday night before we go to bed. The level of preparation, the attention to detail, that's what makes you feel good as a coach, how we go about our business, and I was very pleased with that.
Hey, Coach, it's Kirk. I'm just curious. Lee Corso earlier mentioned how this game typically is decided by 7 points or less. And you get into these kind of matchups. What do you communicate with your team in a game that is a play here or a play there? ultimately could decide it. Could be the second quarter, third quarter, who knows when. You don't know when it's going to happen. How do you communicate to just let these guys relax and go play and not take any series off?
Well, first of all, I love to see Coach Corso back with us. Important piece of college football in your show. For us, as you know, we've had a bunch of one-possession games, 2 games by 1 point. I think one of the things that you mentioned is the turnover ratio. That's been one of the most important stats since the beginning of time. We're going to have to do a great job with that statistic. And then the other one with this opponent is explosive plays. They got weapons all over the place. We got to play well, but we also have to understand when they make a play, which they will, true confidence is how we respond after that.
Yeah, Coach, thanks for doing this. You're looking real sharp today. I heard that around the football building, you've had a little friend trailing you named Spot. Could you tell us about Spot and what he means to you?
Well, Spot is our family dog. I fought it for 9 years, didn't want him. We got him. He's awesome. My wife was out of town. It's really hurt. We got him. He's awesome. My wife was out of town. It's really her dog and my daughter's dog. My wife was out of town, so I brought him in. He's not Kirk's dog. He doesn't have that level of reputation, and he's not getting gifts everywhere he goes, but he's a pretty cool dog.
Hey, James, thanks so much for doing this. We know you got to run and get ready for the game. We really appreciate you, and best of luck today, too.
Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Watching practice yesterday, man, your team really looked good. They were well prepared, very disciplined, great energy. I really enjoyed watching that practice.
Let's go, Coach Saban. I appreciate that.
Right. James Franklin looking for another 10-win season by the end of the run, trying to get his team into the playoff for the first time in this new 12-team playoff era. And if he's going to be able to win this game, top 5 matchup, LC, Penn State, would need to run the ball effectively.
Yeah. Penn State is known for its offensive power, but in my State has 200 or more rushing yards. They are 42-5. Whoa! 42-5. Whoa! Run to win is Penn State's word. Run to win.
And they got the best tandem.
Yes, they do. Yeah. Great tandem. Good, yeah. We'll break this game down every way. Look and see when Ohio State has had trouble running the ball themselves with the shuffled offensive line, what impact that might have. Coming up at noon on the ACC Network, really disappointing season for Dave Doran and NC State. They'll try to finish November strong. The tree coming in. DoorDash counting us down to kickoff about an hour and 41 minutes away from getting things rolling in Raleigh. Also, Stanford Steve is watching the Cardinal get off the bus, and there's just this forlorn look on his face.
Just wondering what helmets we're going to wear. Not been great.
Hey, but Joe, did you see those wins against FBS teams? All of them coming on the road. Also coming up in the American. Now, Memphis lost to Navy, but they're still sort of sneaking around there. At the game against UTSA, DoorDash counting us down. Inside an hour and 40 to go on ESPN2 as Memphis is trying to stay right there and see if they can get into the American title game and maybe get a shot at one of those automatic bids and getting into the playoffs. Great weekend of homecoming at FAMU and Tallahassee as Texas Southern comes in. The theme is Remember the Times. Florida A&M has won 22 straight home games.
That's the 13th meeting in the series. FAMU is 10-2 so far. And you're looking at they have a quarterback in Daniel Richardson. He throws the ball. Dyke's favorite target is Jamari Gassett. These guys are super seniors. They played a lot of football together. Keep an eye out for that tandem.
Then you got Fayetteville State and Johnson C. Smith. Now, they're the only undefeated HBCU program remaining. They're 8-0.
Yeah, 8-0 for the first time in the program's history. And you got Darius Ocean leads the conference in passing yards. And that man right there, Kamaro Evans, a UNC transfer. When they want to go on the ground, they're going to give it to number 1.
Anybody for $100 want to tell me Johnson C. Smith's mascot?
No shot.
That's Eric Harkin. He played soccer growing up. And Jason Kelsey. Let's go! Jason Kelsey kicking for $100,000 for hurricane relief. And Yep. Garage beer all morning at the tailgates and maybe a toe kick with the Tims.
to raise some money, and then Eric Harkin will try to drain one for $110K. It's going to be a great time.
And it's the Golden Bulls.
Yeah.
Just for the record. Wow. What we got here?
What do you
Breakfast,
got
but
here?
now this is the Naked Egg Cafe. It's been around for 13 years. Wow, Pat, you're going right for it.
Wait, is this what I want?
Yeah.
Is this the one I want?
I'm from a sandwich town. Is it double sausage, double meat, double egg?
Oh, so it's got this egg right there.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, look
We
at
got some banana bread for you, Des.
banana bread. Oh man.
Oh, yeah, Diamond. Oh, yeah, the banana bread looks good.
It does.
Is chicken?
What is
Okay,
it?
good.
Oh, he's dipping it. That's so cute.
I don't think it's that.
That's all fried.
Whatever it is, I know it's not that.
That's a fried.
Doesn't look like one.
I have a surprise for you.
Oh, yes, please.
Feast your eyes on this.
Oh, that's sexy. Feels so new.
I want to feel this feeling again and again.
Can I hold it?
How bad do you want to hold it?
I'm not gonna beg, but pretty please.
They don't. Go ahead, press a button.
Oh, it's glowing.
Apple Intelligence. We should do this more often.
Agreed.
Rekindle the feeling of love with the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. And feel it again and again with the latest iPhone every year with AT&T Next Up Anytime.
Your best defense against erosion and cavities is strong enamel. Nothing beats it. I recommend Pronamel Active Shield because it actively shields the enamel to defend against erosion and cavities. I think that this product is a game changer for my patients.
Try Pronamel mouthwash.
All my favorites for just $7 each? That's crazy. Or am I crazy?
Seeing sevens? It's a sign to order from Pizza Hut's $7 deal lovers menu.
While you were away, there were some developments. Fortunately, DoorDash can quickly come to your rescue. Your door to more. DoorDash.
You know, Coach Prime, it's nice to finally have some free time. Gives you a chance to reflect on the important things.
Like how Aflac pays people money for the expenses health insurance doesn't cover.
Health insurance does leave a gap.
But Aflac gives people money to help close that gap. Oh, Coach Prime got one on the line too, baby.
See, that's how you hold up a trophy, trust me.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Aflac is an official sponsor of ESPN College Game Day.
I hope y'all hungry.
I'm glad I brought my own dinner.
Struggling with moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis? Talk to your doctor about #1 prescribed Entyvio, offering 2 maintenance options, including the Entyvio Penn. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. PML, a rare, potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, sores, or are prone to infections. Liver problems can occur. Entyvio, relief, remission for real.
Entyvio, Entyvio, Entyvio.
Subway just dropped the price of every footlong in the app to $6.99. Wait, Subway did what? $6.99 footlong? Yep, says it right there. Get any footlong for just $6.99 in the Subway app.
It's the return of women's college hoops. Ready to run it back.
Wow! She is unstoppable.
The game's stars.
It's the Juju Watkins Show.
In a premiere performance in the City of Light.
Kiki Rice.
With a little shimmy and shake.
She is going to put on a show tonight.
Women's college hoops on ESPN and ESPN2. Monday, live from Paris.
We can just have someone on Fiverr do it. It's no big deal.
Hiring freelancers just for small tasks is like hiring Martha Stewart as an...
Here's your coffee.
Oh, best intern ever.
Sometimes great talent is right under your nose.
What's your name again?
It starts with a spark. The feeling of finding just the right thing. The gift that sparks something uncommon, something memorable, something special. Spark something with Uncommon Goods.
Turn up the power, all the way up to 11. The new Clip 360, with up to 11 times more plaque removal between teeth. Quip, free your mouth. Experience the art of high-pressure brewed coffee and espresso with the L'Art Barista system. Enjoy richer, bolder flavors complete with velvet-smooth crema for a satisfying moment unlike any other.
This week on Sunday NFL Countdown, before the Falcons battle the Cowboys, we go inside the rise of Atlanta's anthem. Oh my God, that's right. And it's the most improbable play in all of football, the art of the Hail Mary.
Just throw the ball up, give my guys a shot.
Kick off your Sunday with us. NFL Countdown, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. Reese, back to you in Happy Valley.
All right, Greeny, and Monday Night Football in Kansas City, Week 9 matchup. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs against Baker and the Bucks. Arrowhead, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. It's on ABC, ESPN, ESPN Deportes. Peyton and Eli, once again on ESPN2. And now, the moment we wait for every week. See if somebody can win some money, and there's a little extra at stake today, Pat.
Today is a supersized kicking is easy field goal kicking contest. First, we have Eric Harkin here, who's from Pottstown, PA. He's a finance major. Eric, have you ever kicked a ball before, pal?
Played soccer when I was younger, so yeah, I have.
Feel pretty comfortable about it?
I wouldn't say comfortable, but I'm doing my best.
Have you ever made fun of kickers or anything like that in your past?
No, I have a lot of respect for the kickers.
Oh, I love that. Let me tell you why. Fair. The person right next to you here might be the greatest center in the history of football. He might be one of the greatest of all time. But I don't know if you know this, him and his brother host a podcast. It's the biggest on earth in New Heights, and this man hates kickers. He bashes kickers.
I didn't say I hate kickers. I just said, maybe there's other things that I appreciate more about the game. But I'll say this. I put my foot in my mouth, and now I got to answer for it.
Speaking of, you're not just going to answer for it. You're going to do it for a good cause.
Heck yeah.
Just a couple weeks ago at Cal, a man named Daniel Villasenor kicked a field goal in Vans. We sent another $100,000 to hurricane relief. Tim's heard about it. Vans teamed up. Now, if Jason Kelsey is able to make a 33-yard field goal in those Tims right there, Timberland will give $100,000 to Hurricane. How about that?
Way to go, Timberland.
So, Jason, how do you feel? Are you confident? And have you practiced at all?
I have not practiced in the spirit of what this is about, Pat. To prove how hard kicking is, I have done zero practice. I did watch a YouTube video. Mark Mosley, legendary Washington Redskins. Commanders. Don't want to dead name them. Washington Commanders. Won an NFL MVP, but he's a straight-on kicker. I feel like in the Tims, I can't do the soccer style.
Yeah, you got to
Not enough ankle flexion.
All right, so how about this? If you go back to Cal Berkeley with the hurricane relief, with the money that Daniel Villasenor did for hurricane relief, I gave a few $100,000. Kirk donated 6 figures. Nick Saban donated 6 figures. Reese donated 6 figures. Desmond donated 6 figures. If you make the kick today, I think we'll be at about $1 million for hurricane relief because of field goals. But not only that, if you make it, his kick, Eric Harkin, finance major, good man. He's never said anything bad about kickers. Your kick will be worth $250,000. Jason, it's on you, pal.
250.
Yeah, let's go. Here we go. Eric, you can stand with me.
Who's holding? You got it. All right.
I got it. There is a little bit of a right to left slant here.
I am going to kind of make sure I get steps down.
No pressure.
Jason Kelsey, I'll be going to your future sister-in-law's concert tomorrow night.
You're going?
In Indianapolis.
Get ready, brother.
I'm feeling 22, brother. Practice run.
Okay, practice run. Okay.
Come on.
So I want that plant foot there.
The garbage picking, field goal kicking.
This does look like a field goal kicking.
No subtle
style
step.
Right here.
No subtle step.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Kelsey for $100,000 to hurricane relief.
Mark Mosley, here you go.
Jason's a big-time player. New Heights. Oh, no.
That had some.
You told me to aim more right, too.
He's got a shot.
One more kick. Let's get that.
Let's get that ball back. Yeah, we need the ball.
Remember what you say about kickers.
There it comes.
You know, Jason,
I'm feeling it.
Jason,
I'll tell you what, I might have just hyper.
How about this?
Come on.
I have it on good authority from Tim's, who I've never talked to in my life. If you make this, they'll donate $200,000.
Come on, man. Come on.
No pressure.
No pressure. No pressure.
Still a $250,000 kick if Jason Kelsey can make the kick.
I'm going to have to come here.
For the people! sucks. This guy sucks. All right, Jason, have a seat, buddy. Shame. Have a seat. Now, I got worse. Vans and Tim's is doing a hashtag kick it forward movement where if you kick a field goal or miss a field goal in Tim's or Vans and use the hashtag kick it forward, they will donate $100 up to 1,000 entries for another $100,000. Jason, you didn't let everybody down. You didn't let everybody down. You didn't let everybody down. You're a good man. You're a good man. Now, Eric, for $250,000, why don't you make this kick and make this a memorable morning in State College? Move it up here. Yeah, let's move it up here. Let's go up here. Look at this.
That's 32
Let's
yards.
move this up here. That's a little rough right there. Jason had to deal with.
Yeah. For Jason, he's a professional athlete now, one of the greatest of all time. He couldn't do it, but Eric Harkin might be able to do it.
You gonna line it up? You want to line it up?
Hey, real quick. We are. Thank you for all the people, Eric. For Jason Kelsey, for the New Heights podcast, for Tim's, for Vans, for $250,000.
I have a question. Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
I don't know anything about kicking, but Jason came all the way up and then he backed up. This guy's just starting back there.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
No,
that's a problem.
This is how. Just eyeball that thing and send it. Don't overthink it, Eric. We've already had you do too much thinking in between those ears. You're a finance major. Are you a kicker? We shall see today.
Aim right. Aim right. Aim right.
Oh, stipend, kids. Eric. This attempt. Eric, how about this? Jason Kelsey told me, especially after that wonderful podcast deal that he and his brother earned over there for New Heights, he'll put up $250. I'll put up $250. This is a $500,000.
$500,000.
You got this, baby. Right, Eric. Aim right.
Aim right.
Get under it, Eric.
Gotta get in the air.
$500,000. Kicking isn't easy, but it's a great day. Eric, good work. I appreciate you. Jason Kelsey, living legend, obviously. We'll donate another couple $100,000 to hurricane relief, as will Tim's and Vans. Hashtag kick it forward. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I got a whole new respect. I suck at kicking. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you. Good work, Herbie.
I suck at kicking. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you. Good work, Herbie.
All the credit.
Cheers to Garage Beer. Back to you, Reese. Good work, buddy.
All right, Pat, I thought that first ball that Jason kicked was never going to be found again. Had some leg on it, just not much accuracy. Duke and Miami, by the way, speaking of field goals, Duke had a field goal block at the end of regulation. Unbelievable play by the SMU guy, or else they'd be coming in with just one loss. DoorDash counting us down to kickoff inside 90 minutes until Duke takes on Miami. Manny Diaz going back to the place where he was once the head coach, and the Hurricanes undefeated. Mario Cristobal, Cam Ward, all of the guys trying to keep it going, and Miami has been an offensive juggernaut. They lead the nation in total offense. They have 65 plays of 20 yards or more. That's 8 more than anybody else in the country. If they are the C4 of explosive plays, then Duke is more like a sparkler that usually you can't get lit. But how Duke gets things going, tackles for loss and turnovers, pull off the upset.
What makes us so effective as an offense, I would say the O-line. Those guys, they're the reason why we're able to throw the ball deep down the field. They're the reason why we're able to run for 200 yards.
Where they really roll guys is at running back. We've got a stable of very, very talented running backs, and so it allows them to stay fresh and to run hard for quarters.
This time just hands it off. And Martinez lowers the shoulder and muscles right on into the end zone.
We're going to get after it. That's our game plan every week, and we're going to stick to that.
Pressure picked up, and it's intercepted to the house. Pick 6.
We got a real unique blitz package, so, we have to pick those up and, get the ball out.
They lead the country in tackles for losses, top 10 in sacks, and they do an excellent job of knocking the ball out.
We're the only team that can beat us, so I feel like we have to keep the main thing, and that's the U.
Well, Miami is a huge favorite in this game. Of course, Manny Diaz's calling card, whether he was the head coach at Miami, the defensive coordinator at Penn State, has been disruptive defenses. They're only allowing less than 19 points per game in this Miami offense. Well, for the first time against Florida State, Cam Ward didn't throw a touchdown pass. We just caught one. And you see what they've been able to do. This is where the matchup in the game will be decided, is whether Duke can do anything with this Miami offense, Nick.
Well, I think one of the keys when you play an offensive team like Miami is you got to keep the ball away from them. Yeah. So Malik Murphy and Duke's offense is going to have to do a good job, because Miami defense has been suspect at giving up big plays at times, sometimes mental errors, sometimes missed tackles. Everybody talks about Miami's offense. If they have the ball, they're probably going to score points.
Yeah, I tell you what, you want to keep everything in front of you, too, as a defense. I think Duke's defense is going to have to make sure they focus on eliminating the explosive plays. Miami's a very that and win the battle of special teams. If they're able to slow the game down like that, this game will get into a dogfight later, and I think anybody can win.
Steve, got an Aflac trivia question that relates to...
I do. Aflac trivia question. Miami famously beat Duke on an 8 lateral kick return touchdown in 2015, poorly produced game. Who scored that touchdown for the Hurricanes?
2015.
Man.
Let me think. You know, the thing I remember about this game is I know TV people might know, camera 4 had this unbelievable shot of David Cutcliffe awaiting his reaction to beat Miami. I remember camera 4, but
I just saw that.
Was it Corn Elder? Corn Elder?
Come on.
Yes.
Come on. Yes.
Was it Corn Elder, do you think?
That's what we were talking about earlier.
I think.
They were telling these stories.
He's from Nashville. Nashville kid.
Where did he play high school?
Innsworth High School.
Yeah.
He and
Timmy Hasselbeck.
Yeah,
Look at these
that's
guys.
right.
That's scary.
Okay. Hey, Nick, Kirk, I think you guys are headed over.
Yeah, we are. Let's go. Let's break that down.
Yeah.
So they're headed over there to break down a game that's coming in the SEC tonight. Now, first off, you're going to see Duke, Miami, and Duke is hoping the ghost of Corn Elder doesn't come back to get them. That's at noon Eastern time on ABC. That's followed by Florida and Georgia. The Gators, huge underdogs. By the way, last time in Jacksonville for a couple of years, you're going to renovate the stadium. You're going to play in Atlanta and Tampa until our Jaguars have the stadium already there in beautiful downtown Jacksonville. And then DoorDash counting us down to kickoff.
Watch out.
In Fayetteville, Arkansas putting together some offense. This is an elimination game for Ole Miss because all of them are from this point forward. There's Leno. You know, some of the Ole Miss fans are upset that Jackson Dart went out for Halloween and dressed up.
Come on.
They're upset. That's what they got to realize.
They needed to be Johnny
He was
Manziel today.
Scooby-Doo, I think, that night.
He was.
And he would go for 380 yards 2 days later.
Arby's weekend menu. Ole Miss and Arkansas. And Vanderbilt and Auburn. The ghost, and not even the ghost, the real thing of Diego Pavia, who beat Auburn last year at New Mexico State and beat Hugh Freeze at Liberty when he was at New Mexico State. And here he comes again. And quarterbacks who can cause a problem. Marcel Reed tonight for the Aggies against the Gamecocks when they took Wigman out and let Reed run wild. Kirk, things changed for the Aggies against LSU.
Boy, it was an amazing difference when Marcel Reed came into the game, and the ability to get this offense really to just open it up. And now we got a week for South Carolina to prepare. Let's talk about what he's done, not just in this LSU game, but really all year long, what he's been able to do.
Well, I think when you have a dual threat quarterback like this is a read zone option. Pulls the ball. And
for people at home, Coach, his eyes are right here.
Yeah, he's reading this guy.
If he comes down, takes the back, he's going to pull it.
And two blockers out front, so they
really
block him on the perimeter, so it's off to the races.
So, and the LSU couldn't figure this out, you know, their defense.
I don't really think LSU was prepared for this. Now, here you're going to see pull, action this way, counter. Actually, LSU defends the play pretty well, but A&M just blocks them up, hat on a hat.
And for the fans at home, when this is basically a quarterback counter, as Coach said, you have the center, the left tackle, both pulling. You get action this way, and then you get right behind the blocks that you just talked about. Tough to defend. When you read it, and then that's just a design.
Well, you know, this is your dream on defense, is to have a free runner at the quarterback. This is actually 2nd and 21. He feels the pressure, and he's going to make a 30-yard run out of this. So this is so frustrating for you on defense, whether you're playing zone or man, when you have a quarterback that can take off running and break you down like that.
And the thing to remember here is it's almost like you're in position, but you got to tackle him. It's one thing to be there, right? It's guys like Jaden Daniels with last year at LSU.
Well, that's what makes it great. Now here, the thing that impressed me most in the Florida game is the first 3 third downs of the game. We talk about this guy being a runner. He converts all 3 third downs. This is one of them where you, again, a free runner in the A gap up the middle. He scrambles to throw this time, not to run.
Coach,
and converts a 3rd down.
Instead of everyone thinks he's just a runner, look at his eyes downfield. Look at him recognizing this right here. His eyes downfield. Look at him recognizing this right here and be able to make that throw. So he's not just looking to run.
A lot of quarterbacks have a tough time doing that.
And here he is last week. This is really his only. He had 2 passes when he got in.
Yeah, they called 20 out of 22 plays were runs when he's in the game.
Yep.
But this is what he can do. This guy can pass the ball, and this is a big play, explosive play down the field, 50-yard throw.
Coach, I want you to watch this. Because of his threat to run, look how slow this safety is. He's eyeing the quarterback, and because he's eyeing him, he's late in getting back. That opens up that throw real quick.
Yeah,
Shane Beamer and his defense had a week. He went in the middle of the game. Now you got Shane Beamer trying to figure out what in the world are we going to do to try to stop him. It's different having a week to prepare for that.
I really do think when you have a week to prepare for a quarterback like this, it gives you a little bit of advantage. And I think South Carolina's front has a really good opportunity to try to create some confusion for this guy in pass rush as well as athletic. Enough to take him off the read. So that's very important too. You got to have defensive ends that can get him on the ground.
Yeah, they got 2 good ones. And Maurice, I think we all agree. This is a different deal this week with South Carolina at home at night, a week to get ready. Dangerous game for A&M.
I know A&M's a real program, no fast-talking politicians spewing BS. I know all that. Taki sports 16 turnovers. Better be careful. Next week, Baton Rouge, Alabama, and LSU, as if the stakes aren't always high. This is a virtual elimination game for the Crimson Tide and the Tigers. We'll be there 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. by the river, Mississippi River in Baton Rouge. We are about to head inside the stadium. What a great job this Penn State crowd has done for us this morning. We're going to go inside, get ready for Penn State and Ohio State, and of course this afternoon, Georgia and Florida.
Good old-fashioned football rivalry is the disdain that both sides feel for the other, and Florida Georgia certainly qualifies. They've been playing annually in Jacksonville since 1933, and it was there in Jacksonville where 2 SEC families' journeys intertwined, one from the Georgia side and one from the Florida side, but not based on disdain, based on destiny.
It's hard to explain. I feel like somebody is just pushing me all the time. I feel like I'm living 2 lives. And you're the reason I'm here.
Is best explained by location. Jacksonville's Richard Bremer has lived in Florida his entire life. So his favorite football team has been the Florida Gators.
Orange and blue every time I saw him for as long as I can remember.
The whole family liked Florida. I was a Gator.
In 1996, when Richard was just 29, he says he was feeling run down and couldn't get through the day. He was diagnosed with sarcoidosis, a progressive disease that causes scarring and scaling in the lungs. By 2012, he had 20% lung function.
He had to be on 100% oxygen, 24/7.
It's like drowning on Earth, not being able to breathe. Like drowning on Earth, not being able to breathe. That's when they said I need to get a transplant, or you know, you're going to die if you don't get a transplant. The hardest thing about waiting is knowing what you're wishing for is somebody's worst nightmare.
She just was full of energy and had such a zest for life.
Megan Twist loved spending her Saturdays at Sanford Stadium, cheering on her Bulldogs.
She absolutely loved Georgia. She thought Georgia was the greatest thing in the world.
She was always the one standing up, screaming the whole time, rooting on the dogs.
And when the Athens, Georgia native moved to Jacksonville, Florida, in the summer of 2016, she took her allegiance with her.
Georgia and Florida, they don't get along. She just couldn't stand them.
Glen Brunswick 911, where is the emergency?
If you can send somebody to Indigo Costa Shanty.
On the evening of November 26, 2016, Megan was seriously injured in a car accident.
I just noticed he's outside of the car, unconscious on the ground.
She was airlifted to a trauma center in Jacksonville.
The neurosurgeon took us into a room, the whole family, and he had our MRIs up on a screen. He said, I don't know what happened to your daughter's skull, but it's the worst thing I've seen in 18 years.
The doctors told us that there was nothing that they could do for her. She had succumbed to such horrific head trauma, and they took her off the ventilator. And that's when they gave us her time of death.
Megan Twist died on November 28, 2016. 4 months earlier, on her 23rd birthday, she had checked the box on her driver's license, deciding to be an organ donor.
She just loved helping people, so it's very fitting that she ended up helping others after she died.
I felt like giving up. And that was the night I got a call.
On November 29, 2016, after waiting 2.5 years for a lung transplant, Richard had a match.
This is it. I died for 15 minutes. I left my body and went into the light. I met a little girl.
After a 10-hour transplant surgery and several weeks in a medically induced coma, Richard says he had just woken up when a news story came on the hospital room television.
A family who lost their loved one around Thanksgiving is finally feeling a bit of joy.
He still, at this time, still has the trach-in, can't speak.
Their family hopes to eventually meet someone who is living today because of Megan.
He's trying to lip something to me, and I'm trying to understand, so I had him write on some paper. And he writes on this paper, "She never left me."
I was freaking out. She told me it wasn't my time. Then I couldn't stay. But she said she was going to breathe for me.
Her lungs went to a 49-year-old man.
I love you.
Shortly after his surgery, Richard says he felt different. It wasn't his doing, but his football loyalty had shifted.
Kind of woke up with a different, a different perspective. I got rid of all my Florida stuff after my transplant. It's Georgia now. So I'm a Bulldog fan. I've got somebody else's DNA in me that's changed me a little bit. I breathe red and black.
I think Megan would be so tickled knowing that she was able to convert a Florida fan to a Georgia a Florida fan to a Georgia fan. And I sure hope that Richard will be just as loud and obnoxious as she is at a Georgia game.
This fall, Richard got his chance when he and Megan's family went to a game together in Athens, and he used his new lungs to cheer for his new team.
Megan's lungs are strong.
You never dream about part of your child living in someone else. But after meeting Richard, it has just been an incredible experience. And I know that's what Megan would have wanted.
It's just an incredible gift to know that Megan is alive in him.
As far as I can go.
Megan is buried in the cemetery next to Sanford Stadium, close enough to hear the cheers on Saturday. But she is also wherever Richard is, as a shining example of second chances and the gift of life, along with the 4 other people who Megan's organs saved. There is a critical need for organ donation in this country right now. According to organdonor.gov, there is a new person added to the waiting list every 8 minutes. College Game Day rolls on here from Beaver Stadium inside Penn State's community right after this. So much more to come. The guys are coming in. Don't go anywhere.
As your host, I have some rules. 2 flush maximum per bathroom visit. No games, no fun. There's a great barbecue outside, but don't touch that.
Meanwhile, at a Verbo, when other vacation rentals make you share your turf with a host, try one that's all yours.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
Save money every day with a Fun 99 menu. Treat yourself with the new cream slushes for $1.99 each. Grab a power lunch for under $6, or feed a whole family for under $20. Save how you want with the Sonic $1.99 menu. Live free, eat Sonic.
Did you know how you feel can be affected by the bacteria in your gut? Try New Align yogurt-coated probiotic fruit bites. With a delicious apple and blueberry-flavored fruit center and yogurt coating, each bite is infused with added probiotics to help promote a healthy digestive system every day. Plus, they're packaged in individually wrapped pouches for daily digestive support on the go. Look for New Align yogurt-coated probiotic fruit bites online and in the digestive care aisle of your local retailer. Brand power, helping you buy better.
Build the pool yourself. What could go wrong?
Some things are better left to a professional. Like when it comes to... Some things are better left to a professional. Like when it comes to finding financial advisors. So take the free quiz, then you'll be matched with up to 3 vetted fiduciary financial advisors at smartasset.com.
Guys, got hair loss? I know what you're thinking. Should I shave my head? Comb it over? Wear a hat? Just stop. This isn't 1970. Keep your hair and your confidence, because Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration experts, can give you your real hair back permanently. Check them out, because they're giving away an absolutely free information kit and a free gift card to everyone who scans this QR code. Dude, you don't have to look like your dad, because this isn't your dad's hair loss treatment. People all over the country trust Bosley because they're ahead of the curve. They use the latest technology to give you your real hair back. And the best part, Bosley's permanent solution is protected by the Bosley Guarantee. Let them show you for free how awesome your hair could look with an absolutely free information kit and a gift card for $250 off. Scan the QR code. Don't wait. Scan the code now and ask about the Bosley Guarantee.
Smoking meats is an art form that takes years to master. It's not easy putting brisket into a smoker, shutting the door, and checking back 13 hours later. Arby's, we have the meats.
Is your car's plastic trim faded and milky? Don't worry. Cerakote's ceramic trim coat restores oxidized trim effortlessly. Just wipe it on. It's guaranteed for 200 washes. Even dust won't stick to it. Keep your car looking professional. Selling your oxidized, faded trim car? Detailed cars sell for way more than faded cars. Read the thousands of 5-star reviews for yourself. Buy any of Cerakote's #1 selling ceramic products for under $20 at these leading retailers today.
Since I was 16, playing live has been a deep and lasting part of who I am.
Can't disappoint the fans.
And how I justify my existence here on earth.
Amen.
Ballistic capacity, 105,000 and change. From time to time, they put a lot more inside here, and this place will be packed to the rafters. Drew Aller and the Nittany Lions, a top 5 or top 4 if you want to get precise about it. Showdown against Ohio State. Aller from the state of Ohio. Will Howard from the state of Pennsylvania. Grew up wanting to be a Nittany Lion. They didn't think they were good enough. There's Ryan Day. There is some pressure on him, although they've had great success against Penn State, having won the last 7 meetings between the two. Penn State trying to have a signature win, 1-12 under James Franklin against top 5 opponents, but a new offense. Maybe this is a new result. New end zone script here. We're sitting right in front of where Ohio State is warming up. And a guy that hopes to visit that end zone often today is Tyler Warren. And man, has Andy Kotelnicki used him in a variety of ways. Look at all the places he's lined up. Former left-handed quarterback in high school, all-state in 3 positions. Even caught a touchdown pass when he lined up at center. Ryan McGee on the versatility of the Nittany Lion star.
He can catch the ball. He can do it all.
During this age of specialization, from youth sports to ironclad college football position groups, Penn State tight end Tyler Warren is a back-to-the-future versatility throwback.
Tyler Warren is the go-to guy.
He's played quarterback, he's thrown passes, he's run a quarterback sneak. He's been a runner, he's been a receiver, he's really done it all.
Swiss Army knife, I think, is the first thing that comes to mind. Like, he can really do everything on the field for us.
It's not where's Waldo, it's where's Warren.
Warren does indeed do it all, and always has. A 3-sport high school athlete out of Central Virginia.
His basketball tape was something that really caught our attention. I mean, you go to a game and it was like a dunk tape.
Football coaches love to see you play other sports. Football coaches love to see you play other sports, especially basketball, and the type of movements and plays you can make in that game is something that appeals to, the football crowd. I played quarterback all through high school. Had some quarterback offers, freshman, sophomore year, and then my junior and senior year kind of started getting some interest at tight end.
From the baseline to the line of scrimmage, Warren wisely shifted from throwing the ball to catching it and was invited to Happy Valley as a tight end with no end to what he might contribute.
2021, which was my redshirt freshman year, they obviously knew I'd play quarterback, and they called me up one time, like, is that something you think you'd be interested in doing and could do?
How about the big man using the basketball background, that vertical?
Being able to, add another wrinkle to our offense and help out our offense in any way I can is something I'm always going to, want to do for our team.
In week 7, Warren carved up USC in the Coliseum with 17 catches.
Bill will be the quarterback. He'll put Aller out to the far side. Bo throws back to Aller. Throws downfield. Warren, he reaches up in the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Penn State.
We were down at that point. It was our first drive coming out, and Coach said, all right, it's time to unload the clip.
He called it in the huddle, and no one really blinked an eye.
Tyler Warren snapped the ball, and then he caught the ball. You don't see that very often.
The way a lot of people term that is he mossed him. He kind of went over top of him and grabbed the ball and pulled it away.
I thought, I'm about to lose some rank as a center because this guy's about to score a touchdown, and people are going to be wondering why I'm not scoring touchdowns.
I think what really differentiates him is his ability to do so many things at a very, very high level.
Whatever they ask me, whatever's needed of that week is what I'm going to, pride myself in doing the best job I can.
With guys like that, you can't take it for granted because they're so rare, because there's such a subspecies of college football.
I've been fortunate to be coaching for a long time, over 30 years. But the combination of skills go along with intelligence. I don't know if I've had that versatile of a player before.
Old Dominion, best in the game is the Penn State offense. Now, look, the big problem for the Nittany Lions last year was a lack of explosive plays. Look at what Andy Kotelnicki has been able to do through 7 games this season. And last year, Penn State was among the worst teams in the country in plays of 30 yards or longer, which is ultra explosive and a little more than the graphic shows here. But they had missed on a couple of offensive coordinators they appear to have hit so far. So all of the different things that the Penn State offense presents can be described this way. This is a quote from Kotelnicki. The blizzard, meaning our friends at Dairy Queen, the great dessert, in itself is a... Fundamentally, it's mostly made up of what? Vanilla ice cream. That is when we talk about complexity versus complexion. So it is going to look really complex, but at the end of the day, it's just 2 ingredients mixed together, and mixing those ingredients is the subject of Nick Saban's film room.
So to continue on the Kotelnicki blizzard analogy, you go have a blizzard when you have fun with plays. Penn State has a lot of fun with plays, but it might be stomach-turning for a defensive coordinator to deal with this stuff.
Yeah, it's fun for the offense. It's a nightmare for the defense, and let me show you why. Take an offensive tackle and put him out here and at a receiver position, he comes in motion, and this is just a simple zone play for them on offense, but he's going to slobber off this defensive end, and you see the space for the runner to run, so you get an explosive run. Now they're going to put him out here. He's going to come in here in motion. They're going to slip out the flat. He's going to seal the edge. So you're creating mismatches with 325-pound guys blocking defensive ends, which is no fun for the defense. Easy play for the offense, not a new pattern, so it's simple. And they make another explosive play.
The vanilla with the candy mixed in to create some distortion is what they call it.
Now you would assume that the ball's always going to go to the quarterback, but they're going to shift. All right, so now the running back becomes the quarterback. We call this wildcat, and they're going to run read zone, quarterback counter, but the running back's running instead of the quarterback, and they make an explosive play for a touchdown. You like to play a check defense against that. This is really crazy. Now they put 2 offensive tackles out here. We always call this Emery and Henry. You got to have a check defense for this. You know, if you're the defensive coach, you can see Southern Cal is very confused. They got Tyler Warren right here. They've only got 2 guys rushing at the end of the day. Defensive linemen running around to get lined up. So it's crazy. And players love this kind of stuff. They have fun with it. And again, they're going to make an explosive play. Offensive players go crazy. All right, so here, 44 Warren is going to become the center. And whoever thinks that the center is eligible, because he's always covered up. But now these 2 guys get off the line. They're going to throw a double pass out here. Warren's going to run down the middle. You're going to see the middle of the field safety. He's not even thinking about the center being eligible, which he is. And they're going to throw him right down the middle, make an explosive play, touchdown. Great catch.
He was a great high school basketball player. He's obviously a great tight end. He used those skills there. They call that play, Nick, Andy Kotelnicki's favorite former Peloton instructor was Kendall Toole. That's the name of the play, former USC cheerleader. Sorry, Jess Sims. Did you name your plays things that would stick in the players' minds? It might have been a little bit different.
We categorized them on defense. For an example, like if we were going to blitz, it was an act of nature. You know, rain, hail, hurricane, something like that. And we try to do all the defenses that way.
Yeah.
Offenses, you look at the matchup against Ohio State.
In fact, Reese, if you go back 10 years, Buffalo, Kansas, and now Penn State. In those 10 years as an offensive coordinator and play caller, he's number 2 in the country in that time in yards per play. So he's been doing this for a while.
And they've been great on 3rd down as well. A question for Penn State, though, is Drew Aller 100% and good enough? Pete Thamel here with the latest. Both teams have some questions to answer before kickoff here, Pete.
Absolutely, Reese. You know it's November when the warm-ups are as busy as they are today for Penn State and Ohio State. We'll start with Aller. He's out there warming up right now. He looks great. There's no question that he's going to start, but the buzz on the sideline right now is we're still going to see Bo Prabula in some spots today for Penn State. Two things to watch before kick. Defender Danny Dennis Sutton, one of the better ends on Penn State, and right tackle Anthony Donka are both game-time decisions. They're out there warming up right now. We'll see if they can go. Some late news out of Ohio. Game time decisions, they're out there warming up right now. We'll see if they can go. Some late news out of Ohio State. Tight end Wilkes Marek is out, and that looms large because he's their best blocking tight end. We are going to see Donovan Jackson, the All-American guard, slide over to left tackle, and I just gleaned out in warm-ups that Carson Hinsman, a backup center, is going to start at left guard for Ohio State. He was last year's starting center. He obviously got replaced by Seth McLaughlin. So there's a lot of uncertainty on that left side of the offensive line for Ohio State, Reese.
And Pete, they're in a cauldron here to try to see if they can keep things calm, but maybe one of the ways you can do it is, we've talked a lot about the Penn State offense, is that the Ohio State defense can settle everything down.
Yeah, I heard that during the bye week that Jim Knowles sat down with Ryan Day and they figured out some things on defense. They look good against Nebraska defensively. Let me show you what they're going to look like this afternoon against Penn State's offense. Let's take a look at today's road test presented by Goodyear. Now let's start with defensive tackles. Man, Tyreek Williams, man, he was just warming up behind us. He passes the eye test. There he is in the wide three technique. Watch how he watches. He walks the tackle back, arms extended so he doesn't get held, keeps an eye on the quarterback, comes up with a sack. I mean, that's just how you draw it up. Perfect technique. Now he's over the center, guys. He's going to swim past the center, past the guard, and past the right tackle. He has instincts. Coach, you just mentioned that. This is something that you just can't teach. Watch him. The center, the guard, the tackle for a TFL in the backfield. That's just great instincts. But big 6'3" Tyreek Williams. Now, Arvell Reese, the safety, the linebacker, came out with a big hit. Now, he's in the same area as Sonny Styles. I don't think this is how they drew up the defense, but watch how he makes up for that mistake. Comes up, big hit, separate ball from player. Here it is again, slow-mo. He was actually ejected. It was one of those personal fouls. Ohio State said, listen, targeting. He was kicked out the game, but then I guess they sent it to the Big Ten. Big Ten said, no, it was illegal.
And that is sort of looming over the entire game. All of those things are really important. Players on the field are going to decide it, but how do they feel? Do they sense the pressure that both of these coaches are under because of the numbers you just saw against highly ranked opponents or against top 5 opponents?
I feel like for Ryan Day taking over for Urban Meyer, everything was going really well. He's winning so many of his games until the 21 Michigan game. And I feel like from that game on, when he's gotten into some of these games, he has a tendency to feel that wrath from the Ohio State fan base. The Georgia game, I think, was the one exception. They had lost to Michigan. They still got into the playoff, and they just threw havoc to the win and played where they didn't care about the consequences and almost pulled off a game where they almost pulled off that win. Today here, to me, that's the Ryan Day you need to see, where he doesn't worry about it. I thought the Oregon game, they were able to turn it loose. I think that'll be the mindset. And you've lived that, not worrying about the consequences of a.
To feel the pressure, or are we going to apply the pressure? And there's a big difference in that. You're going to play to win, or are you going to play to keep from getting beat?
Yeah.
So you want your team to be aggressive, you want them to be loose, and you got to coach that way. I mean, you can't walk around feeling anxious about things and expect that not to affect your players in the same way that if you are positive about how you approach the game, that's going to affect them in a positive way. But you got to play aggressive. You can't play scared.
Apply pressure, under pressure. Pressure is earned. You know, when you're the head coach of Penn State, they're going to have 111,000 people in here for this game. And when you're the head coach of Ohio State, it's the same exact thing. You got to win, or they're going to want the next person to come in and try to do it. Yeah. I'm not 100% sure if the grass is always greener on the other side of these coaching searches, but these fan bases want to win. They want to win bad. And today is And today is obviously one that's going to be a huge talking point for both of these guys' careers going forward.
You know what is greener? The bank accounts when they buy them out. That's a whole lot greener.
Yes. Amen.
Exactly. You talk about the bank accounts. I think that's why the expectations are so high also. I mean, we're talking about two of the highest paid coaches in all of college football. And when you're the head coach at Ohio State, the expectations are for you to beat Michigan and for you to go and win a national championship. So that's what Ryan Day is against now. Plus, they mounted the pressure during the offseason when they went out and made all of these moves. They spent upwards to $20 million constructing a roster that's a do-or-die roster. You have to be able to win with these guys or we have to move on for you. That was the message I got. They brought in Chip Kelly, got him to quit his job as the head coach at UCLA to come call the plays. So it's like all the pieces are in play for Ryan Day. Pressure. I thought coming to the season, Coach, I said he's under more pressure than anybody in this in college football simply because of the offseason moves that they made.
Yeah, but I think Chip Kelly is going to have to protect the offensive line. Get the ball to the hand, the quarterback's hand quick game, move the pocket, try to run the ball effectively. The run-pass options that they've got built into their offense, that's going to be a real key to it. But what I always told my team, our team, when we came to a place like this, in an atmosphere like this, these fans will not play one play in the game. That's right. And dominate your ball.
That's right. Yeah. I'm not sure you're right about that. I used to believe that, but then I saw the Texas fans, and they appeared to play one of the plays against Georgia. The good arms play, too.
Should do it. Should do it. Good arms.
We're not in favor of that, by the way. In fact, we're not in favor of that, by the way. In fact, we oppose that. We condemn that.
Yeah, you're damn right. Can't
do that.
Don't do it.
Not a thing that should happen.
Agreed.
But it did.
It definitely changed.
How about this moment right here? Lee Corso and Chip Kelly here on the field at Beaver Stadium. Chip didn't appear to be feeling the pressure there, but maybe they can put some on him.
He turns it loose.
Hey, man, the ACC. What a race this is. All of these teams unbeaten in conference play. We'll break down some of these games. Keegan-Michael Key and Corso's headgear will punctuate a great day in Happy Valley.
So what are you working on?
Something for the Garcias. Right there's great.
Love you, honey.
Thanks, Mom.
We've got 24 hours to get all of this under control. Then you're gonna need these. Thank you.
Today, tomorrow, get delivery at the speed you need only at the Home Depot.
Smoking meats is an art form that takes years to master. It's not easy putting brisket into a smoker, shutting the door, and checking back 13 hours later. Arby's, we have the meats.
Kamala backed Biden on everything. She supported his disastrous economic agenda, higher taxes on the middle class. Kamala backed his open border policies, and their weakness invited wars. President Trump fights for you. His strength kept us safe. Trump cut taxes for families. Prices were lower, and the border secure. But Kamala wants to double down on failure. Kamala broke it. President Trump will fix it.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Game is the worst. What, are you kidding me? Physically, I'm right here, but mentally, I'm here. Yeah, I do. Come on, speed it up. When all eyes are on you, my eyes are glued to the game. Whoa! Touchdown, yeah. And if you didn't bundle your home and auto insurance, well, all of this could be tough to tackle. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
ESPN Bet has seen green, Steven's A-list. Why can't I have a cool sounding featured bet?
Like what?
Molly's matchups.
I don't love it.
Molly's money lines. They call me the queen of money lines.
Do they call you that?
They should.
Mad Dogs, dogs. Mad Dogs, dogs. Yeah, I get it. It's no Steven's A-list.
Get exclusive talent markets and up to $1,000 in bonus bets.
To truly embrace the fun life, you must learn to let go. Bienvenidos a la vida más fina.
Grab a Pepsi and make your game day epic.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
Did you know your new favorite burger has hand-smashed patties made to order, hot and melty cheese, and a tangy sauce? How rude of me. Let me introduce you. Try the all-new Double Sonic Smasher and at a half-price drink in the app.
You want to live free?
The 12-team playoff, it's wide open.
It creates more hope for more teams.
The top 25 rankings reveal and 12-team CFP. 25 rankings reveal and 12-team CFP projection Tuesday on ESPN.
Yeah, that's how I get by.
And the only ranked matchup other than Ohio State and Penn State, Pitt and SMU, both still in the playoff picture. SMU hasn't won a home game against a ranked team since 1949. Think about that for a second. Pitt and SMU just won two of the weirdest games of the season. The Panthers had more interception return yards than their offense had passing yards. And SMU won despite the fact that they lost the turnover battle of Duke 6-0. Ultimate survive in advanced games, and only one comes out today.
Here goes Brashard Smith. 10-5. SMU wins.
They're a phenomenal rushing offense. They're number 1 or 2 in the ACC right now. We need to do a good job of getting them behind the stick.
To me, it's stop the run. There's stuff that comes off it. The F shoots, the Y shoots, the T shoots. We need to stop it and have big eyes and see the big picture. We got to contain it. We need to stop it and have big eyes and see the big picture. We got to contain that quarterback, make him throw the ball. Good things will happen.
Intercepted. That is the interception of the year.
What I do know is Pat Narduzzi knows defense. Their secondary is good, their linebacking core is good, and their D-line has always been their calling card there. We got to stay aggressive, we got to play our game, and still value the football.
Just execute at our level, as soon as they load the box, pass the ball over their head, make plays downfield.
Top 20 matchup with a lot on the line here in the ACC. It's if we're able to chase our standard of SMU football.
You think about this transition SMU's made, and I know that their schedule's been pretty easy, but a team moving into a Power 4 conference, nobody's ever started better than 2-0. Here they are at 4-0, and you see both of these offenses are productive. But against Syracuse the other night, 5 interceptions, 3 of them they took all the way back.
Yeah, I think the offense for Pitt is going to get conversated about because it's very abnormal for a Pitt Panther team since Kenny Pickett left to be like this. The defense. Linebackers. Brett Lashley just chatted about it. They call them. Holy hell, is this thing in the stadium? Anyways, the Pitt.
So what do you got for us?
Thank you, America. Thank you, America.
The Pitt linebackers.
The Pitt linebackers are called the Sharks, and I'll tell you what, they're all over the field. And I think they're going to have a big day against Brett Lashley today. Look at Kyle Lewis here. Now, obviously, the defense is showing to the right, overload to the right. So offensive line says, all right, we're going to shift this thing to the left. Then all of a sudden, what happens? One of the Sharks drops out. Then you got a nice twist, up and under, free tackler. Give me that. They're a sophisticated defense, okay? They outsmart you. They have 6, they drop 4, they roll. Now, Rasheem Biles with the Sharks. Eyes on prey. Then what? Neckton mentality. Avoid the ball. With the Sharks. Eyes on prey. Then what? Neckton mentality. Avoid the block. Get underneath. Shoot your gap. And make a play. If you go underneath like that, got to make a play. They got a lot of confidence. Yep. And then Brandon George, middle linebacker. Kind of got to cover 2 here. So what's the middle linebacker got? Well, he's got the middle of the field. Well, you have to drop back into coverage. Bang. Ball gets tossed up in the ground. And then boom. Wow. Fish falls right into the Shark's mouth. Wow. That is the type of hunt that you would like to see. This big defense is much more impressive than people are giving them credit for because the offense is so prolific. But the Sharks hunt, they got a neck-top mentality, and Narduzzi's got to feel great about that ACC run they potentially have.
Yeah. Well, I think they're going to get challenged today because SMU's quarterback, Kevin Jennings, may be the most underrated player in the country. This guy leads the ACC in passing efficiency. All these good quarterbacks we talk about in the ACC, he's been the most productive, and he's a dual-threat guy, and he can beat you run and pass.
That's a great point. It's good to see him healthy because of that dual threat, kind of like what we talked about earlier with Marcel. And all those turnovers and their defense, nobody talks about the SMU defense, stepped up and emerged and showed what they can do. I think they can be the difference. Don't sleep on the atmosphere at SMU and how big of a deal this is. It's fun to see the Ponies back on a national scale.
But, here's the big thing. SMU's lost 10 fumbles this year.
Yep.
Kevin Jennings turned it over 5 of the 6 times and was lucky he didn't turn it over like 8 or 9 times against Duke. They can't do that. They want the second most fumbles in the country. Can't do that against the Sharks.
I agree completely. The Sharks will certainly hunt if you give it to them. But like with SMU in this modern NIL world, a lot of money down there in North Dallas. If they start winning, they'll start buying in. They got a real shot.
I just want to let you know there's a possibility of a 3-way tie atop the ACC with everybody perfect in conference play.
No one playing anybody.
And none of them would play each other. Pitt and Clemson do play next week. DoorDash counting us down to kickoff. Duke's Manny Diaz, the former Miami head coach, former Penn State defensive leading the Blue Devils in. This is going to be his father was the mayor of Miami for a long time. And there's Cam Ward, the quarterback for the Canes.
Yeah, they got Cam Ward, special talent right there, guys. He's been making plays all year long. That's one of his top targets right there. Restrepo, you know, he's a model of consistency. I love the way he plays.
You know, if Restrepo has a big day, 9 catches, $120. He'll have the Miami all-time record in catches and receiving yards.
Think about the legend.
Think about that.
The guys that come up there. He's coming out in his all green today, too.
Yeah. I love it. Hey, listen, they got a little chip on their shoulder about Manny coming back.
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
Yeah, I was there this week, and it's going to be interesting.
But it's hard to get Cam Ward on the ground, but you know who's second in the country in tackles for loss?
Who's that?
The Duke Blue Devils. You know who's top 15 in sacks?
Who's that?
The Duke Blue Devils.
Okay, all right.
Let me just say it. There's a
Home run.
Hey, Pete, what you got on check down?
Yeah, Reese, we know Curtis Rourke is back for Indiana. I was told today that he's going to be wearing a glove on his right throwing hand, so it'll be worth monitoring in pregame and how he looks as he comes back from that right thumb injury. For SMU, you heard Nick mention Kevin Jennings' return. They're going to be without Jake Bailey, one of their starting receivers and their second leading pass catcher. He's injured today. Trey Harris, still a game-time decision at Ole Miss at last check. I've been told he's not going to have a significant impact on the game if he is able to warm up and play. And then finally, some late-breaking news from Army. Bryson Daly, the starting quarterback, is out against Air Force today. He and Ashton Genty both have 21 touchdowns accounted for this year. Bryson Daly has been one of the most productive players in the country, Reese.
He's piloted that offense beautifully. We mentioned him earlier. That's sort of some late-breaking news there coming out of West Point. Buckeyes both across state lines for this showdown.
I was one of those kids growing up that, always followed sports. My team was Ohio State when I was growing up. That's what people do in Ohio. They root for Ohio State.
I'm stoked. I cannot wait. It's going to be a homecoming for me. I grew up a Penn State fan. I wanted to go there my whole life. They didn't think I was good enough. But I guess we'll see next week if I was.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
Save money every day with the Fun 99 menu. Treat yourself with the new cream slushes for $1.99 each. Grab a power lunch for under $6 or feed a whole family for under $20. Save how you want with the Sonic $1.99 menu. Live free, eat Sonic.
Today, let's paint with Behr, America's most trusted paint brand.
Wait, we don't have Behr.
Well, with Behr, you can paint a whole room for under $100. How much did you spend?
More.
I thought you said you researched this.
Don't overpay for your next project. Get Behr quality at an everyday low price. Only at the Home Depot.
What are you doing?
Chores. Roomy? As a veteran, you earned USAA membership for your family.
For you? No.
So close.
USAA. Are you eligible?
Fellas, listen up. Holiday deals are already here. All Fabletics 80% off. All shirts, polos, golf gear 80% off. All shorts, pants, joggers 80% off. Fabletics gets it, so get Fabletics. In-store and online at Fabletics.com.
Clem's not a morning person or a people person, but he is an I can solve this in 4 different ways person. You need Clem. Clem needs benefits. Work with principals so we can help you with a plan that's right for Clem. Let our expertise round out yours.
Everyone's forgotten who runs this valley. Time to remind them.
The only thing left to do is kill as much as you can before they kill you.
Don't miss the epic return of Yellowstone, Sunday, November 10th at 8, only on Paramount Network.
Buffalo Wild Wings, 2 entrees, 2 sides, and 2 drinks for $19.99? Deal that good makes me glad I brought a date. Wow,
Joe Beatup's Pick 6 for $19.99? You sure know your way to a girl's heart.
Depend keeps you drier than ever, so you can say yes to more than ever.
Yes. Yes. No.
Depend. The only thing stronger than us is you.
Nothing scary about Energizer Ultimate Lithium, the #1 longest-lasting AA battery.
Smoking meats is an art form that takes years to master. It's not easy putting brisket into a smoker, shutting the door, and checking back 13 hours later. Arby's, we have the meats.
On the next Cyber Monday, here's something you should know. 98% of clicks come from SEO.
Shopping season bells are ringing. Get your business ready for business with SEO experts on Fiverr.
This is the story of the one who believes being prepared is not just a way of life, it's how he helps everyone stay safe. He sweats the small stuff before it becomes big stuff. For the one, being an unsung hero in a building full of everyday heroes is just how he likes it. The industrial-grade products you need delivered fast. Call clickgranger.com.
Sensitive types. Take your biggest bite. The new Quip 360 with 3 intensities, great for sensitive teeth and gums. Quip, free your mouth.
Ohio State, Penn State, Big Ten showdown, and we're going to find out who's real in Happy Valley. And we're coming. Happy birthday, dear God. What in the world do you get the man who has everything for his birthday?
It's called Buckeye Pie.
I'll take cookies and cream.
Just over half an hour away from kickoff, Ohio State and Penn State, the 4th top 5 meeting of the season. And here come the Buckeyes. JT Tuimoloau, 4 turnovers, basically single-handedly saved the Buckeyes. And now the Nittany Lions ready to defend their home stadium. Kickoff in just over half an hour. We've spent a great deal of time this morning talking about the reshuffled Ohio State offensive line. Since they lost left tackle Josh Simmons for the season, running the ball against Power 4 opponents has been problematic, if not downright impossible. With Simmons on the field, they were averaging over 4 yards per carry. Without him, that's down about 4 yards. Contact, yards before contact, just a half a yard without him on the field. 37% of the plays without Simmons stopped at or behind the line of scrimmage, as opposed to 11% before he got hurt. And the Buckeyes have not yet, against a Power 4 opponent, run for a touchdown without Josh Simmons.
When you go on the road in this conference, you got to bring your run game.
Quinshon Judkins.
You got a tailback that can go 80, and you got a receiver that can go 80, and multiple guys like that. They are a matchup problem.
Biggest thing for us is just winning our one-on-ones.
Porter gets him again. The Nittany Lions say goodnight.
Got to know where 11 is on the field. He's dynamic.
Having enough diversity that makes it challenging for the offense, and then allowing those guys to play fast and make plays.
Take this game over.
They fly to the ball. They have great edge rushers, and they have a great secondary.
Being great in our run fits, competing in the passing game, and dialing up our blitzes. We just got to be ready for it.
James Franklin, Ryan Day, we've talked about the pressure that both will be feeling. This Ohio State offense, even with the reshuffled offensive line, they've been very productive. You see the numbers. And the Penn State defense, now under former Indiana head coach Tom Allen as defensive coordinator, have also put up numbers. Nick, I ran down all of those numbers where Ohio State has struggled against the best opponents without Simmons. What do you expect from them today against this Penn State?
Well, I mentioned it earlier. I think the number one thing Chip Kelly has to do is stay out of 3rd and long. So you run the ball at Carter, get the ball on the perimeter with advantage throws, those screens, try to slow the front down, try to help his offensive line. State and Will Howard to have a chance to be successful.
Yeah, because they have so many great pieces, including Will Howard, who had a great, by the way, Will Howard completed 80% of his passes against Oregon. It's not like he had a down game. He could play well on the road, but it's all going to come down to can they protect him. And Coach just talked a lot about what I think Chip Kelly is looking at and really how he wants to try to come up with some answers with a backup left tackle. Donovan Jackson, he's a great guard, first career start at tackle. And let's talk about, first thing is the ball out quick. Get the playmakers in space. You expect Penn State probably to eliminate some of that space, but quick throws, I think, from Will Howard will be a big part of what they try to do. After that, you're looking at moving the launch point, as Coach Saban just said. Anything you can do, especially from that left side, get him on the move, away from the pressure, getting first downs, especially if you can do that on early downs. If you're going to take a shot downfield at Jeremiah Smith, get the tight end in, get the 6th and 7th blocker in to be able to give you that maximum protection, to be able to make that happen. And then Coach again said, attack the edges, whether it's speed option, working that outside zone, go right at Abdul Carter because he's such a great pass rusher. Dad's going to talk more about him in a second, but Ohio State always has great skill. That's never the issue to me, and I think to anybody, it's the operation with Will Howard handling the crowd and having Carson Hinsman, a backup center, make his first start at left guard and Donovan Jackson kick out. So Des, watch the left side of the Ohio State offensive line and see how they play to get Trevion Henderson and Quinshon Junkins going. Running the ball is the key today for the Bucs.
You know better than anybody, Coach Saban, that when you have a great player like you mentioned, Kurt, Abdul Carter, you don't put him in one spot. I mean, they're going to move this guy around. It's going to be hard to get a beat on him. I mean, Will Howard, you know, he's a dual threat quarterback. I tell you what, I think that Carter's going to play spy sometimes just to make sure that Will Howard doesn't get loose. But let me show you what the Ohio State offense is going to have to deal with when they're on the field. Number 11, first of all, it's a special number. Now, here's left end. He's coming off the ball kind of slow, lulling the right tackle to sleep, and then he bursts and dips. Watch this full speed. Burst, dip, does not lose speed, excellent closing speed, and the big sack in that game, which was a dogfight. Now, here he is lined up as a 3, stand-up 3, does a spin move on the left guard. The running back has to pick him up. Now, let me reverse it so you can see. Incredible spin move that the running back's supposed to get the safety who's trailing AC. But because of that incredible spin move on the left guard, the running back had to help. And then Jay Reed, number 1, the safety, got a sack. I think the AC should get half a sack for that. And like I told you earlier, he's going to be a spot. Right here, he's a bandit. He's the mirroring the quarterback. When he breaks the pocket, excellent closing speed, a sack, fumble, forced fumble. I mean, he can wreck offenses with wherever they put him on the field. That's going to be the matchup, though. Oh, yeah. Ohio State's offensive line, as they try to, fill in some gaps with a guy like Abdul Carter and where they move him around the field.
Yeah, and if you talk about the run game for Ohio State, Nebraska kind of stuffed Judkins and Henderson last week, and they were able to keep, Ohio State's offense off the field with how Nebraska ran the rock. But look for number 28, Zane Durant, on the D-line of Penn State.
Having a fantastic season.
He's reminding a lot of people of old dog Spice Adams, who used to run around on this pitch as he was incredibly athletic and powerful. And, this Penn State defense, they got like a nickel package that they run as their base, little 4-2, because they got great secondary members, not as many linebackers. This guy right here is electrifying. And he sets the tone on that D-line. And if he's able to stop the run, then that secondary and Jalen Reed can eat.
Yes, sir.
Now you're talking about a recipe for success against all those weapons.
I would put a tight end over there by that left tackle every time. Especially slow down the helper and help the guy out.
Amen.
Exactly.
Third string tackle. They don't have those.
They've been banged up.
You got to go to
there
center to
too,
find them.
different places. So we'll see how Ohio State is doing. These guys are going to make a pick on this game soon, but the time has come for you now, Stanford. Steve, shades and all.
I get to go first. I love the idea that Ohio State already went and played at Autzen. I think that's a better atmosphere than this is going to be today.
Whoa.
However, Coach talked about it.
Oh, yeah.
The execution on the road. Can Ohio State do it? I don't think I've ever picked Penn State against Ohio State. I'm doing it today. Home team wins.
Whoa.
Okay, all right, okay.
Right.
Got the good record, too. Yes, sir. Let's
Steve,
go.
2-1 last week, 18-9 overall, and Going against...
Swinging a hot bat like Freddie Freeman.
DoorDash, hey, you know what? We're all just trying to pursue greatness.
Jeez, Louise, are we?
I'm coming. You got lucky. I should have had the Duke outright win, and they might have had a TKO.
Yeah, look who's closing in on.
Hey, LC, who we got for a Superdog?
Now, I got to do a Hail Mary.
Hail Mary.
Arkansas, plus 7.5 versus Ole Miss. The game is played in Fayetteville, Arkansas. One stat jumped out at me was that Arkansas is 13-2 versus Ole Miss in Fayetteville.
In Fayetteville.
And I'm said.
I love that one. Coach, that's a big one. I'm looking at Vandy and Auburn. It's like Pat last year with West Virginia. I just look to see who's Vandy playing, and they're always an underdog. I go with Vandy every week. I'm going Vandy again this week in the Plains. Give me the Commodores.
I'm in 100% agreement with you, man. Vandy has been good for me all year, so I'm staying with Vandy.
West Virginia last year.
Look at you two.
Yes,
man, man, are you kidding me?
Yes.
I'm going with Pitt. Pitt on the road against SMU. I like the fighting our doozies. I think the defense is going to play like they played against Syracuse, create more turnovers again. Jennings loves to throw interceptions. Give me Pitt.
Reese, give it to me.
Oh, Indiana.
I have no idea what the record is after we go to game day of the team that we were just at, but I'm calling it the game day hangover effect. Michigan State at home today.
What are you getting, 8? 8?
Yep.
Outright?
Boys, I don't know if you know, I'm at the bottom. So I'm trying to do what you guys are doing. Give me Vandy. Give me Vandy. You can't beat them, join. Bingo. The Game Day Superdogs, Diego Pavilla.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to go to Ypsilanti.
Everybody sit down.
I'm going to take Eastern Michigan and 10. I can win 25 grand.
25's okay.
You know, if we ever go to Ypsilanti, we're going to show them a field goal kicking contest with some money instead.
Big win today.
Nooner, Ypsilanti. Okay, this is what we have. Going with Eastern Michigan. And, you know, I try to keep my allegiance to myself. So as an Alabama grad, it's really hard for me to say this. But with 3 Vandys up on the board, War Eagle, baby. Go, let's see if you freeze can figure out Diego Pavia today. Wheels up our good friends there. Make sure that our celebrity guest picker arrives each and every week, and there is no one more revered in the world of entertainment by these fans here than Keegan Michael Key, who's going to be our celebrity guest picker. Oh, wait, is that right, Jess? Is that who you have with you?
Oh, this is actually really awkward, Reese. I'm actually here with Penn State's head coach, James Franklin. Coach, being here for the second time today, we really appreciate your time.
Absolutely, my pleasure. I just wanted to explain to everybody the fact that I have a beard is I'm so jacked up and hyped up for this game that the testosterone's flowing, and I grew that. So that's what happened.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that. Everyone was really wondering. So can you talk to us? What are the keys to beating the Buckeyes today?
It's all about defense for us today and containing Will Howard no matter what happens. I want the guys out there on him like white on rice. I want them on him now. I want them on them during the game. I want those guys on him on the bus back to Ohio State. I want them all the time. Our secondary is excellent. Our line is excellent. We got to keep pressure on them.
Okay, well, I know the kickoff is in like 30 minutes, so I really appreciate your time, but I think you have to go make some picks.
I got to make some picks, all right? So I'm out of here. Okay,
all right, well, don't go anywhere, because on College Game Day, we have...
So I'm out of here. Okay,
don't go anywhere, because on College Game Day, we have our celebrity guest picker making his picks. Stay tuned.
Get ready for hosting at the Home Depot with free delivery on over 2 million items every day. So you can refresh your space before Santa or the family comes to town. Get holiday ready with savings at the Home Depot.
Smoking meats is an art form that takes years to master. It's not easy putting brisket into a smoker, shutting the door, and checking back 13 hours later. Arby's.
Not soccer, but
football.
Yes. We honeymooned here.
Mallorca.
Yes. Pass.
Oh, we don't pass, Tina. Come on.
They help give you more.
A tax professional.
And they have a 97% satisfaction rating.
Salami.
You could have done it in a British accent.
That's helpful, Randy.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
Advil liquid gels are faster and stronger than Tylenol rapid release gels.
Also from Advil. Advil Targeted Relief, the only topical with 4 powerful pain-fighting ingredients that start working on contact and lasts up to 8 hours.
Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged you well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show 'em who's the cheesiest?
I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach.
Cheez-It, official sponsor of the college football playoff.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Delicioussment.
Save on any grab 3 of your favorite entrees for under $6, or choose a dinner for 2 for under $10. Create the fun you want with the Sonic $1.99 menu. Live free, eat Sonic.
You've got a glow about you, inside and out. Show it to the world with just 10 minutes of self-care. Meet Omnilux Contour, an LED light therapy mask clinically proven to reduce fine lines and wrinkles. Find out how you can improve your skin at omniluxled.com.
This is a story about the one. The untrained eye may not see the one as extraordinary, but her goals aren't easy. She fixes, she manages, she perfects. She is extraordinary. Because for the one, maintaining this space transports her to this space. The industrial grade product you need plus 1 million more. Call, click Grainger.com or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment. Dave's back on. Coors Light.
Is built by the Home Depot. How doers get more done. And in part by Coors Light. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly.
Gotta put my whistle down.
Really cool moment.
I gotta be me. Yeah, that's how I'm a character if I got that thing on.
Who's playing for Ohio State now? Seth McLaughlin and Caleb Downs came over to say hello. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, ready for every challenge the road may bring. Goodyear is more driven. Well, this is a celebratory day for Nick Saban because you don't have to hear that Miss Terry's leading the way anymore, Nick. Kyle Schwarber at the top.
Thanks, Kyle. I appreciate you more than you know.
You say that now, and wait till you get home and have to hear about it. Keegan-Michael Key is here to make some picks with us, our Coors Light Saturday selections. Let's start with Pitt and SMU. You know, SMU hasn't won a ranked matchup at home since 1949. Who do you like?
Yeah, I would love to give you guys like the X's and O's and break down the why I think Pitt's going to win this game. But the only analysis I have is Pitt's my super dog. So I got to go Pitt Panthers.
I think Pat Narduzzi's done the best job of anybody in college football making a turnaround, but I like SMU in this game.
I like Rhett Lashley. I like SMU. I like the Mustangs, but I think what Narduzzi has been teaching, remember, a lot of close ones. They've come back and win. Feels like they got the calluses and the mental toughness. Give me Pitt to upset SMU in Dallas.
Right. Oh, wow. Okay. I have SMU at home. I think that the way they're rolling right now, the way they've been moving with and putting points on the board, it's going to be a bit of a chess game, and it's going to be a close game, but I've got SMU.
I like it.
Yeah.
SMU is a great offensive team, and as you said, it's going to be a lot of scoring.
Yeah.
SMU, no cover.
No cover. This is a coin flip game for me. I really think the home field, and do not underestimate SMU's defense. They're really good against the run. They've created 17 turnovers. I'm going with SMU at home there.
Both of these teams unbeaten in ACC play. So too is Clemson. Clemson's at home against Louisville. Let's go quick here. Louisville's never beaten Clemson. What happens today?
Yeah, I think Clemson coming off a bye shootout, but I think that Clemson will beat Louisville.
I think Louisville's the best team Clemson's played since they opened with Georgia, but I think Clemson will take this one in a close one.
I agree with both of them. Let's continue to roll the Clemson Tiger train. This is Dabo Swinney football, baby.
Beep, beep. I'm not trained. Clemson as well. That's right. I said beep, beep. Nobody was talking.
That was great.
Road runner?
Automotives.
Clemson is 8-0 against Ohio. Take the cover.
them. Cade Klubnik's legs are the difference in this game.
5 straight one-possession games that Louisville's played. Clemson favored by 10 here. Okay, Texas Tech, Iowa State undefeated.
Iowa State will stay undefeated because they have the #2 defense in the conference. I love the way that they got ball hawks back there like Jontez Williams. I'm going Cyclones.
I'm going Iowa State. I think Rocco Becht is an underrated quarterback. I think he'll get
to win at home.
Yes, I take the Cyclones at home. I'm with you, Desmond. It's the secondary. They're amazing. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
The game's in Ames, Iowa. Go with the Cyclones.
Well, here's the thing with the Red Raiders, allowing 36 points a game. I think it's another one. I can't save the graphic. I'm sorry, Pat.
Jeez.
I'm going Iowa State. Keep the dream alive for the Clones.
And see if they can encrypt all of that helmet communication. It's got Joey McGuire all upset. Heartland Trophy, Wisconsin and Iowa.
I'm going Hawkeyes.
I'm going to take Wisconsin. I think they're playing better. They're definitely playing better on defense. Quarterback's playing a little better for them. So Iowa's quarterback's out. I'm Wisconsin.
I think some Iowa fans are okay with their quarterback being out, actually. I like Wisconsin and what they're doing over there, but give me the Hawkeyes at home. Love the wave to the Children's Hospital. Big win for the Hawks today.
I feel the same way. I feel that Wisconsin, even after last week, that they're on the up and up. Yep. But I'm
in for the Hawks today.
I feel the same way. I feel that Wisconsin, even after last week, that they're on the up and up. Yep. But I'm also taking Iowa. Yeah.
Not so fast, Coach Ray. Not so fast.
I'm going Iowa because it's at night at Kinnick Stadium. Yeah. Caleb Johnson gets it done running the football.
Night games are awesome. Rushing too. People don't recognize it because of Ashton Genty. Miami's a huge favorite against Duke coming up at noon on ABC. Manny Diaz returns to Miami. What do you got?
Yeah, a lot of emotion on both sides. Obviously, Manny Diaz is a defensive-minded coach. They will create some turnovers. They will stay in this game, but Miami will prevail. They just won't cover.
I think Miami all the way. Too much firepower on offense.
I don't know how many hip thrusts Cam Ward's doing after he's scoring touchdowns. I assume it's a lot. Only two. Only two. Kringleberry would love a stinky celebration. Give me Miami.
I mean, you got Diaz on this side. You've got Cam on this side. Yeah. It's Miami all the way. Yeah.
Borregales.
A field goal.
Yeah. He does it.
Yeah.
He does it. I tell you what, man, you just can't go against Cam Ward. I don't care if it's the lowest scoring, highest scoring, Cam Ward's going to find a way to win the game.
Yeah. We got Ole Miss and Arkansas, and Thamel telling me now that they don't see Trey Harris, the star receiver for the Rebels, out on the field during warmups. Find out on ESPN here. Ole Miss, this is an elimination game for them.
Yeah, I think Ole Miss will be okay because they have the top scoring defense in the nation. I mean, they only allow 11 points per game. I think that Ole Miss can score 12, so this game's going to be one. Ole Miss 12, 11 Arkansas.
Now, Ole Miss has not been able to play offense like they really expected to. Their defense has been really good, but I really like what Bobby Petrino's done, with Taylor Green and the way Arkansas has played. I'm going to take Arkansas at home.
All right.
Fayetteville, November. That could be a tough place to play over there in Arkansas. Now, with that being said, Jackson Dart out and about against Arkansas. Could be Ole Miss.
I think this is going to be a close one. I think maybe a field goal, but I also take the Rebs. Yeah.
Not so fast. Finally. 13-2. Arkansas 13-2 in Fayetteville. Games in Fayetteville. Arkansas.
You kill me with those. I'm going to give you one that you'll love. The last time Ole Miss went to Fayetteville, Houston won. Houston Nutt was the head coach at Ole Miss, or at Arkansas, and I think Bobby Petrino was the head coach at Arkansas. That's right. So I'm gonna go with that streak to continue. Arkansas, I'm with you, Coach. Arkansas at home.
Hey, and Bob Petrino will be involved in that one too. A&M and South Carolina tonight on ABC.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a tough game, but when you have Marcel Reed who can come in the game at this late stage of the season and just really give your whole team a spark. I think it's going to be a close game, but I love the way that Texas A&M is playing right now. I think they're trending in the right direction. I'm going with the Aggies.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a tough game at South Carolina, but I think that one of those momentum teams that's gaming gaining momentum is Texas A&M. I'm taking Texas A&M.
There's a video of the walkout that Texas A&M had last week, and right next to Coach Elko is the captain, and he was screaming during that walkout, "If you ain't in my jersey," everybody else said, then funk you. And that is their mindset. I like Texas A&M for the rest of the way.
I think it's going to be close because of how South Carolina played LSU, how they played Alabama. And I think this is the one where they're going to get over. So I'm going the opposite. I think South Carolina is going to win at home. Yes.
Wow.
Shout for that South Carolina. I'm going with A&M close.
One of the most knowledgeable guest pickers we've had
of all time.
You can tell you're a college football fan. I'm going to go with it like everyone else. It's going to be a close game, but I think Marcel Reed's athletic ability, even if you're in position, he'll make a play late to secure a win.
I love that A&M team.
Yeah, man. That game kicks off at 7:30 Eastern time on ABC. Now, we will have some more picks coming up momentarily, but as we close in on kickoff here in Happy Valley, the Penn State Band is on the field and about to play our national anthem for a sold-out crowd here in Beaver Stadium, one of the great venues in the sport.
I'll join the blue band in singing our national anthem.
It's nice to be reminded that we got those.
That's a lot of power. That's a lot of power, boys.
That is so cool. Flyover. Wow. Tremendous moment in here.
That'll get you ready.
Soon the drum major will do a front flip. It is part of the tradition here at Penn State to start a game. But now the question is, who's under more pressure? Is it James Franklin or is it Ryan Day? Well, you know the answer. Whoever loses. That's not being flippant. We know the stakes for winning. But if you lose, you know what ensues then. A general attitude of hopeless negativism, widespread panic, hysterical calls for nonsensical coaching changes, all of the things you need for a game on this.
Hostile, they're going to bring it. I'm ready to accept the challenge.
It's going to be a cathedral sound. All the Penn State fans coming together to support one cause.
Nothing can prepare you for what that stadium presents and what the atmosphere presents. It's nothing like it.
This is not just a regular game, just a little more intense. Everything's at stake.
Continue to swing, and even if you get knocked down, get back up and throw more punches.
2 historic programs. The build-up is crazy.
Throw more punches.
2 historic programs. The build-up is crazy. You take all those things and you combine them, it creates for a special opportunity.
That's where they put them.
Oh, yeah. Broken it down every way you can. Who wins the game?
I tell you guys, sometimes you have to see it to believe it. I think both rosters are pretty even, but...
Them. I got a birthday present here. All right, so we're going with Penn State.
4. I think the big thing here is this new 12-team playoff. I don't, not that it's going to impact these players, but remember, Ohio State already lost to Oregon. They've been backed into a corner. We've seen teams this year, including Georgia, when they got backed into a corner after losing a game early, how they came out swinging against Texas. I think you're going to see that from Ohio State, a little bit more urgency about needing to win. I got Ohio State with a big playability of those wide receivers.
Okay, so couple Ohio States. We got a Penn State. I got a legend sitting next to me. 111,000 people here at this glorious stadium. 2 F-18s. It just feels like today. And yes, Ohio State obviously has this roster that's been pieced together to go on a national championship run. But so did Penn State. Penn State has a bunch of guys getting paid a lot of money because the athletic director here knows that James Franklin is a coach that can go on and win a national championship, just hasn't had all the right pieces. Today, like A.Q. Shipley would do, like Sean Lee would do, like LeVar Arrington would do, like Paul Puslazzy would do, Penn State wins the big one for the first time, long time. And I like the Nittany Lions. Coach, I know you feel the same exact way.
I don't have my glasses. I feel, here's my thing. Today is the day. I think our receivers are going to show up.
Right.
Our receivers are going to show up today. If it's Pribula, if it's Aller, whoever's behind center, we're going to have the offensive mix that we need to confound Ohio State's defense. And we have, I got 2 words for you. Abdul Carter. Yeah. He's going to have a day today.
Yeah. Yep.
And I got 2 other words for you. We are Penn State to win the game today. It does. It feels different. I can't explain it, but that's what's happening. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Not so fast.
Oh, jeez, with this guy.
Not so fast. And listen. When in doubt, go with your heart. I'm going with my love.
First love.
The first love ever.
His first love. The first helmet he ever picked.
The people, it may not be an official whiteout, but the people clad in white and blue, not happy with LC, who's got Ohio State. Keegan Michael Key, you're the best. Thanks for being with us. Enjoy your college football Saturday.
ESPN.
Thanks a lot, guys. Welcome to Fayetteville, Arkansas, the first Saturday in November, when invariably it will be another November to remember. Everybody knows that, hey, listen, you can't cook with cold grease, and the grill is going to be popping for one of these teams today. You're watching college football presented by Tyson Brand. Folks, this is the SEC on ESPN. University of Mississippi against University of Arkansas. The story of 2 quarterbacks. Jackson Dart vowed his team would do its best to win out after losing against LSU. That's the task today. Meanwhile, for Arkansas, quarterback Talon Green is coming off perhaps his best game of the season as a Razorback last week in their win against Mississippi State. For one of these teams, it's about efforting a college football playoff spot. And for Arkansas, perhaps bowl eligibility and their 4th bowl game and appearance in the last 5. Eligibility and their 4th bowl game and appearance in the last 5 years. There have been a litany of injuries to report on, and for more, let's go down to Quint.
Well, we got some interesting late-breaking news down here on the Ole Miss sideline. Trey Harris, who did not warm up. Ole Miss's receivers got 59 receptions. Lane Kiffin called him the most impactful non-quarterback in the country. He didn't warm up, but he's come out and he's dressed. And I'm being told by Ole Miss officials that he's going to give this a go. That's major news for the Rebels here. Mark?
Seeing number 9, Q, you know what that means, Roddy Jones? It's trade day for the Rebels. Mark Jones, Roddy Jones, as we get ready for the kick. The gravity, the magnitude of these games in the first Saturday in November just skyrockets, doesn't it?
It certainly does, especially when there's college football horizon. Lane Kiffin already made some comments about when he wanted the kick time of that to be. You don't want Ole Miss, if you're a Rebels fan, to look ahead to that Georgia game. For Arkansas, it's about knocking off another top 25 team at home like you did Tennessee earlier this year.
See if they can do it twice. Meanwhile, Lane Kiffin, the head coach for the Rebels, says that, hey, this is paramount. We have to take care of business today before we can look ahead. He's the fastest head coach to reach 40 wins in school history. Meanwhile, Coach Pittman across the way, his counterpart, looking at seeing if his team can do it again against a top-ranked opponent. like they did against Tennessee. They both came to their respective schools in the same year. Folks, Arkansas won the toss, electing to take the football first. Jordan Anthony watches it go into the end zone out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 for quarterback Talon Green from his own 25-yard line. He was white hot last week passing the football. He was 23 of 29, 5 touchdown passes against just 1 interception. Oh, and by the way, he ran for 79 yards as well.
This guy is a big athletic quarterback listed at 6'6". There was some debate